Awesome. It's Lucas back for the live wire. We've got Landon from the Plot in you here with us today. How are you, my friend?
Very good. Just chilling, enjoying the good weather while I have it. Yeah.
Hell yeah. Well, you're going to be going back home soon after this. Not long to go.
Yeah. It's pretty miserable back home. We've got like 2 feet of snow. It's like 0 degrees. It's not sick. So
yeah. I remember being in the States a couple of years ago, and I kind of did the opposite way. I was in New York at the end of November, and I sort of came from this into the heat, and I was just like, oh boy, I hate this.
It's rough. Yeah, especially where I live, we get hit pretty much the hardest you can get it. So
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So this is currently the Plot's 4th tour of Australia.
Something like that, yeah, I think so.
Yeah, and then obviously you were here an extra time opening for Dayseeker a couple of years ago.
Yep.
I think it's safe to assume there's a lot of love for Australia for the band.
Absolutely. I think we would all agree that it's probably our favorite market. Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
Hell yeah. I became a big fan of you guys around the Dispose era, but I noticed there was a massive sort of influx within the Australian scene when you guys dropped Divide. Did you guys notice much like traction off the back of Divide and kind of that first EP where it started to really sort of pop off?
Yeah, definitely. We were kind of like, after COVID, we were kind of coasting on this song called Feel Nothing that kind of popped off just out of nowhere. And coming out of COVID, we're touring, and that was kind of like, that song was kind of the moment for like a year or so. And then, we're obviously we needed to put out some new stuff. So, the first EP, after we put that out, I think that was like the first time we're like, oh, like things are actually changing. You know, like things are different now. It's resonating and people are showing up for it and like connecting. So yeah, it was really cool, and I'm happy to say it's still kind of going well, and we're able to keep doing it because I didn't really see myself doing this stuff into my late 30s. So yeah, it's pretty cool.
Surreal.
Yeah, very humbled.
Hell yeah. So the last time you guys did a headline tour of Australia, and specifically in Brisbane, it was literally just up the road at the Triffid, which I was looking at the capacities and stuff. I mentioned before, the Fortitude's a 3,000 cap venue.
It's crazy.
Last time you guys were playing headline shows, you were doing 700 caps.
Yeah.
So is that kind of growth over here in the course of essentially 3 tours? Is that insane to think about?
Yeah, absolutely. I have to kind of pinch myself every now and then. Like, it is really, it's wild. The last time we came here, that was one of our biggest tours, at that point. So to come back and kind of be doing like double is pretty insane. Yeah, we're all just very grateful and excited to still be doing it. It's crazy.
Yeah. The current tour has also been massive so far. Every show has been sold out. Yeah. Is it like, what's it been like coming back after Good Things?
Totally different. Yeah. That was like, those shows were some of our favorites ever. Those were some moments we'll probably never forget. So, but it's kind of hard to gauge like what that really is until you like do a proper headliner, because it's like people are going to be at a festival no matter what because they're just there for all the bands. So it's kind of hard to gauge like what that even means. So to come back and for things to be like this is pretty shocking.
Well, if it helps any bit in kind of how Australian festival culture works as a whole, you guys open that stage at 12 o'clock at literally at lunchtime.
Yeah, it was early.
People don't wander in until 3. And I was in the middle of that pit for you guys, and that tent was full.
Yeah, it was crazy.
I've never seen that side of the festival grounds that full that early on a festival day.
That's really cool to hear.
Yeah, so
it's special. Yeah.
Kind of thinking about it that way too, like what's your perspective of like having that tour and it just being so big? Because I remember like, again, being in the middle of that pit, not to harp on Forgotten too much because that song's also been massive, but that breakdown where you kind of do the big speech, like the big yell, I had people all in arms, voices to the roof, singing that line. Is that kind of like surreal, like having a tent that big that early in the morning?
Yeah, no, it was bizarre. That song was still actually pretty new at that point too. So we'd probably maybe played it on like 1 or 2 tours before that, and it was like starting to catch on, in the States. But to come across the entire world and to have it, go off like that was like, shocking and just crazy. Like, very surreal. I think surreal is probably the best word to describe it. Yeah,
definitely
bizarre.
I've peeked the set list from the other shows because curiosity always gets the better of me, especially when Brisbane's the last date. It's really cool to kind of see you guys balance a lot of the material since Happiness is Self-Destruction. It's about 2 to 3 songs off each record. Being so deep into the catalogue with a couple, the 4 EPs of 5 albums, do you find it hard as it gets further along to balance things out to make kind of everyone happy?
Somewhat, yeah. I feel very fortunate in the sense that like the new songs have been going over so well that like we almost don't feel like we have to play old stuff if we don't want to, which is sick because most bands don't want to play their old shit. You know, you kind of get burnt out on it. We've been playing the same songs for 10, 15 years. So it's like, yeah, it's really cool that the new stuff's popping off because we don't feel like obligated to really pull back much old stuff. Like we'll do like a couple songs, like on the Bring Me tour, for instance, I think we played 2 old songs maybe, and then the rest were new and like nobody complained. So I was like, that's awesome. In an ideal world, you want to be playing mostly new stuff, but on a headliner, it is fun to bring back some old ones for the fans that have been with us for a long time. So yeah, it's cool. Like on headliners, you definitely have more freedom to do stuff like that. But yeah, support tours, we're typically trying to promote the newer stuff, So.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Listen, I know if you guys ripped out Fiction or Filth, I just go fucking nuts, dude.
It's so funny. I like rarely ever these days hear people talk about like the first 2 albums at all. So it's hilarious to hear even those song titles come up. Yeah.
As I mentioned, the tour's been pretty hectic. We do out here with Fit for a King. Before Lonely God dropped for Fit for a King, I actually got to talk to Ryan for a little bit. I'm going to talk to him after you.
Nice. He's the best.
He's amazing. He's so cool. But he mentioned that you guys came out here previously 12 years ago.
Yeah.
And did the tour with, I wrote it down, it was for the Fallen Dreams.
Yeah, I think they were supposed to be on it, and they had to bail last minute, if my memory serves me correctly.
See, I didn't even know.
We almost toured with them like twice, and both times it didn't work out for some reason.
Right, okay.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Does it feel weird coming back all these years later, you guys headlining, them supporting again, and just sort of like going and just touring the country you've already done once together?
Yeah, it is. We've been friends with them for so long, like 13 plus years, something like that. We used to tour together quite a bit in the States, too. So yeah, I mean it's pretty insane that we're all like getting old and like in our late 30s now and we're still doing it. It's pretty crazy, but yeah, it's still the same though. We're still just like doing the same shit, just bantering the same way, but just in bigger rooms. So
that's it.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's really cool to just be able to keep touring with bands that we've been touring with for over a decade. Like that's really special and cool.
Yeah. That's it. When you form the bonds too, it makes those tours mean more.
Oh, absolutely.
Especially later on.
Yeah, it's just awesome. You can't really. Yeah, it's just amazing. So lucky. Yeah.
The tour also has Boundaries and Banks Arcade also on the support. Funnily enough, Banks Arcade were just here very recently opening for Dayseeker, much like yourself did a couple of years ago. I remember seeing the tour announcement and like when it dropped last year thinking there's no way that any tour of 2026 can top this one. How has it been bringing them on the run with you guys? When like you have I don't know if you've toured with Banks Arcade before.
Yeah, we brought them out in the States like I want to say like 2 years ago, and honestly I hadn't heard of them. I didn't even know why they were on the tour. I didn't know anything about them. I don't know who put them on. I had no idea how it happened. But I remember it was like day 3. I was like, I need to check this band out, see what it's all about. And I was like, holy shit, this is awesome. Fell in love immediately. Became really good friends with all the band members, especially Josh, the singer. We just got really close really fast. And when it came to like booking this tour, we're like, obviously they have to be on it. Like there's no way. So yeah, they're such a special band. I really hope that like they just go super far with their careers. I think they're doing some really special shit. I can't think of a band that even like lives in that same world as them. You know what I mean? They're just very much their own thing, which is really special and cool. It's like rare to see. So yeah, they're awesome. And Boundaries, we had toured with one other time in the States, and they're very similar to us in like their banter and their humor and stuff like that. And obviously an incredible live band, so they were another no-brainer. And then it just came together so effortlessly. Every band was like, yeah, let's just take all of our friends out that we think are sick. So yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah, Boundaries were here not long ago opening for Make Them Suffer, and it was the first time they'd ever played Australia.
Yeah.
And they played at the Tivoli, which is again sort of that way, about 2 minutes. And I remember like they walked out, they were the first band, and the whole venue was packed for them. And and then they just crushed for like 30 minutes.
Yeah, I saw some clips from their show in Melbourne the other day, and I was just like,
the headliner?
It looked insane.
Yeah.
The room was just chaos. I was like, I was so stoked for them. Yeah, I'm proud of them. They're awesome.
Yeah. Going back to Fit for a King for a moment. So when I interviewed Ryan last year, I kind of got his side of the Technium collab that you did with them.
Yeah.
So I know you kind of did production on the song with them, and then obviously the collab just sort of happened.
Yeah.
How was it kind of working with them after having that friendship for so long and finally getting to sort of lay down a track with them?
It was really cool. Yeah, they hit me up like, I don't know, maybe 2 or 3 months before the song came out. They're like, hey, we would love to have you produce a song with us, do a co-write. I was like, sick. I had no idea they wanted me to like feature on it. They kind of brought it up when they were at the studio. They were like, would you actually want to hop on it? I was like, sure, yeah, that'd be cool. So yeah, the song came together within like 2 days, really fast and really just smooth. They're excellent songwriters. And yeah, it was like a week after that, it was like polished and mixed and everything. So yeah, it was really cool to actually just get to witness their creative experience or creative flow and everything too. Like I'd only ever known them as a live band. I never got to see like how things work as far as writing goes. So yeah, it was really cool. Everyone, puts in such effort, like so much effort into their craft, and it's like such an equal partnership between all of them. They all really contribute really well. So yeah, it was awesome. I had a blast.
Yeah.
Really cool.
When I was talking to Ryan, he mentioned that this was kind of the first album where they were like, shackles are off, we're going to make what we like. So it's cool to kind of see that, especially from a producer side on your end, to see like into a band that you're friends with that you've never really seen have that before. So yeah,
crazy talented. Every member is just so good at what they do, just like an expert. So yeah, it was really just so easy, like so effortless. It was just hanging out with friends and just like also recording, you know what I mean? Like it felt more like a hangout than anything. And something cool came out of it, so it was awesome.
For sure. Another question then, I guess, about collabs. So you do a lot of collabs. Like you feature on a lot of people's stuff. From Dropout Kings to Darko. You just had Stranger with Prompts, which fucking bangs.
Yeah, they're awesome.
I'm just curious from your perspective, like what's the appeal of a feature to you, and why do you sort of jump on them? And
yeah, these days it's pretty much only friends. I don't really like. Typically, I don't. I get hit up quite a bit to feature on like bands from my hometown, or just like random bands that are fans of the band for money and stuff. And I don't care to do that really. It's like if you're my friend and I like what you're doing, like for sure I'll do it, and I'll be excited to do it because we're homies. And I obviously believe in what you're doing. But yeah, it's always a different experience. But I feel honored that people consider me to be a part of something with them. So yeah, it's always cool.
Yeah. So the last record was Swan Song before the EPs. Obviously, you then pivoted to Volume 1, 2, and 3. Where did the idea come from to do it as an EP series rather than sort of focusing on a full record?
Mostly just like time restraints. We're so busy, especially coming off of Swan Song. We were touring like crazy, and I just didn't see like a big chunk of time to where I could allocate enough time to make a full record. So I kind of like begged the label, like, please let me just like do it in like small, just EPs, like incrementally over the course of a couple years. And it took a lot of fighting, but eventually they were like, okay, yeah, let's try it out, see if it works. And it worked out really well. So yeah, it took a lot of convincing, but it just made it more, enjoyable just because I didn't have to stress about anything. I could kind of just write when I felt like writing. And no time. Nobody was bugging me about, schedules or anything like that. It was just, I was able to write mostly on the road, like the instrumentals, and then when I would get home, I would track the vocals. So, yeah, and also in real time, just getting to see how things translate live and what connects, and maybe different things to explore. And yeah, it was just awesome all around. It was such a cool experience. I don't know if we're going to be able to keep doing it that way, but for now, it's been awesome. Yeah.
That's it. Well, I feel like the EPs are sort of allowed this like creative freedom in a sense of like, I feel that the EPs get way more focused, and you get to write basically 3 really fucking banging tracks.
Yeah.
And then you're just like, okay, cool, let's write these 3, go play them, tour them. All right, cool, let's do another 3, and just stack them.
Another thing that was kind of a bummer about doing albums, for forever, was just like pretty much only the singles got attention, like nobody really, I'm sure some people did, but like those were really the only ones that ever got a conversation around them were the singles. So it was like, what if we treated every song like a single for a couple years, with videos and visualizers and stuff like that. And yeah, from my perspective, I think it worked out really well, and I felt good about how every song was released. Whereas in the past, it's like, it's a bummer, like this song didn't pop off just because it didn't have a video. You know what I mean? It's like, but who knows if that's like sustainable for forever for us? But it was nice to at least get to try it once, and yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was cool.
So I got 2 more questions, and I know we're a bit pressed for time, so I'll try to
you're
rush
good.
through them.
No, you're fine.
So I don't know if you get asked this question, but it's really funny you bring the videos up and you bring the visualizers up with these last few songs,
Yeah.
because you teamed up with George Cutter.
I think that's something. Yeah.
Where before that you kind of hadn't worked with him, and he just makes these fucking weird,
He's crazy.
insane videos.
Yeah.
What's the creative process with him like? Do you guys have much input when you're putting the videos together? Like,
so the first video we ever did with him was Divide, and we sent him a bunch of like scenes from movies and kind of just like aesthetic ideas, you know, for things, and maybe like some shots that we wanted to see and like some themes in the video, and he didn't do almost any of them. And we're like, wow, this is fucking awesome. Like, don't listen to us. You clearly know what you're doing, so just do whatever you want. So basically now what I'll do is I'll give him like a rough explanation of what the song means to me, and like just like the overarching theme, and he'll just run with it. Sometimes he'll incorporate like some of my like lyrical ideas into like something physical, and sometimes he just goes ham with it and just does what he wants, and either way it's awesome every single time. I've not been bummed about a single video. Every time I get him, I'm like, what the fuck? What drugs are you on? Like, you're insane. Yeah, he's just crazy talented. I feel that way with a lot of different art forms though, like even like tattoos. I'd rather go in with like a vague idea and just be like, I want you to have fun doing this, so do something like you're going to be passionate about. I think that's the best way to approach it, and just giving him that full freedom I think has just made him so excited to keep working with us and stuff. So it's a really special relationship. He's a massive talent.
And again, like the videos are just mental.
Yeah.
Like some of them.
Yeah.
Is there a specific video that has matched your vision the closest?
I would say like Don't Look Away, probably. That's one of my favorites. When I watch that video, I'm like, yes, this is like beyond what I could have even come up with for a video. You know, just like really eloquently just matches the aesthetic of the song visually. It's a crazy pairing. And Divide, you know, Been Here Before was another good one. It's like a dance video. It's like just beautiful. And the girl that was in the video just did such a phenomenal job. But yeah, I mean, all of them, honestly. Like, again, there hasn't been one where I was like, whatever, you know. But every time I get a video back, I'm just like, dude, how do you keep doing this? It's mind blowing.
Yeah, the Divide video is probably my favorite.
It's so good.
Awesome.
It's incredible.
Last question. So, look into the future. The last song that you guys dropped was Silence. It's first new music since Volume 3 dropped.
Yeah.
Is Silence the first step to new music?
Yeah, there's 2 more songs that are going to come out in the hopefully next like 6 months, I think.
Cool.
Is what we're aiming for. So, yeah, the mixes just got turned in like a couple weeks before this tour. So, I'm very excited. They're weird. Is
that part of like a Volume 4 release in an EP series?
Yep, and that'll be the last one. Yep.
Cool.
Yep, so we're closing in on the end. Yeah.
Hell yeah. Well, listen, thanks for taking the time out today.
Absolutely.
Appreciate you making the time. And
Anytime.
I can't wait for the show tonight.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
I'm already excited for the next time you guys come back, because fingers crossed, you know, we'll be in a bigger room, maybe the River Stage, who knows?
God, we'll see.
Well, a couple of years ago, like, I've watched the Architects. Like, Architects have got a big following here, and I've watched them go from playing the Tivoli, which was 1,500, I think, to here, which is 3,000, to the River Stage, which was 9.5.
It's crazy.
So, like, the growth of metalcore in Australia is massive.
I mean, it's just crazy to see it evolve everywhere in general. You know what I mean? Like, I was just talking about it earlier, like how metalcore is in arenas and shit now in the state, well, all over the world, I guess now. But yeah, like, who would have thought? Like, this was supposed to be like an underground thing, and now it's like becoming the mainstream. Like, it's pretty special to see, and like, couldn't have came at a better time. You know? Yeah. I think people are hungry for authenticity and, you know, just like human music. You know, so it's special. Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Well, thanks so much. And
absolutely. Thanks for having me.
We'll catch you later tonight on stage.
Sick. Thanks, man.
Cheers.
Appreciate it.